They're dyed in the wool, die-hard Americans, and so they never have a passport. And yet you will still see people hesitating to get a passport, a people under the indictment of war, which will push you to the borders, where you will learn for the first time that you cannot cross international borders on a license, because nobody cares about your Utah license. Nobody cares about your Kentucky driver's license. Nobody's going to let you cross into Paris based on your 19 whatever Vietnam dog tags. You can't cross with a student ID. You can't cross with your ski membership. You have to have a passport. It is the only form of international border crossing currency that is acceptable at all national borders. Everybody should know this. And yet people are still hesitating because they think that God is joking about the fact that they're going to be driven here like popcorn off of a hot stove. And you will find people who are $1 short of a full stack of bills coming here and saying a passport isn't necessary because the whole world is going to be in difficulty. The world is going to be in different levels of difficulty. And I promise you that the difficulty level that we're going to get here is level billion as compared to some other places. So yes, a passport is not only basic common sense, it's going to become an urgent necessity. And God keeps saying that the war is going to take us by surprise, which means that when it happens, it's the people whose brother works at the passport office. It's the people whose family member works at USCIS or whatever that are going to get rush orders put in. If you're an ordinary person like myself, it's not going to be you first. It's always going to be rich people first and connected people second, and then money people, ordinary money people third, and then you at the bottom of the pile. Walmart, Kroger's, Sam's Club, Costco going you as the very last. So common sense should tell you that when there's no rush, when they're still offering expedited service, that is when you get the $140 and go and get one. Now, it's not later. Later when there's a press, later when the government sees that, oh, there's a drain, they're not going to offer the expedited service anymore. In fact, later they might put a stop to it. They're going to prioritize those who have their ducks in a row versus those who do not have their ducks in a row. So where are your ducks at this moment in time? And why are Australian people coming here and opening their mouth in something that doesn't concern them? I'm not the news. On the news, the new thing is to constantly fly in Australians and put them on American TV and say, isn't it amazing what Doge is doing? And like, yeah, I couldn't agree more. That is not what's happening here. When God is telling the people in this nation to be wise and to make sure that they have their robes on and the belts tied and their sandals on their feet and to eat their food standing up because they know not the hour that is upon them, I really don't want to see any external people opening their mouth about in-house business. It does not concern you. If you don't want to have a passport in Australia, then don't have one. I don't care. But don't come here and tell these people that God has brought under his rod to guide them the way he once guided them under Moses, what you think is expedient for them and what you think is wise for them. I will kick you off this blog with the quickness, and I will sleep good afterwards. I'm not going to blink an eye that you're not able to comment and you're not able to be part of the community because you've demonstrated that you have an inability to understand what community means. Community means not hurting the person next to you with your nonsensical views and observations. That's what community means. It means looking out for one another, helping one another. If you're a Christian who knows how to pray and you know Bible verses and you see someone say something like, my soul is despairing, that person is telling you that it's very dark for me and I've more than once had thoughts that I want to kill myself. That's not the time to see a comment like that and just be like, oh brother, you'll be fine. No, you need to build a little igloo around that person with scripture. An igloo is a cold house. It's made of ice. That person is on fire because the devil is roasting them. The devil is attacking their mind. So you need to surround them with cold. You need to go into the Bible to Psalm 118 where it says, I will live and I will not die, and I will testify of the works of the Lord. You need to put scriptures like that around that person so that that person's fever, that person's internal temperature with demons poking them with venomous darts can drop. That is what community is for. That is why the comments are open. The comments are not open to attack other people. The comments are definitely not open for you to tell me what you think about the work that I'm doing, because I never asked you. I never asked you, and I never will. God told me what to do. I'm doing it. If it works for you, then it works for you. If you can benefit, then you can benefit. If you can't benefit, then leave. It is very simple. The internet is too big for you to be here making noise in my ears 5 years later and think that I'm going to tolerate it. I absolutely will not. So that is about all that I have to say. I'm trying very hard to finish this work. I'm trying to set 2025 as the year that I can finish everything on the blog so I can move on to other things. I have other projects that I have long wanted to get into and have not been able to do it because of how voluminous God's mind and God's speech has been. The Father has had so much to say, and it needed to be voiced. This message is coming to you as myself. It has prophetic elements in it. I've just been recapping a few things that were covered a long time ago, but it is coming to you as myself, as the owner, the steward, and the curator of the Master's Voice Prophecy blog. If you don't know how to behave yourself, you will no longer be tolerated here. And I mean that 1,000,000,000%.